Hey friends, welcome back to the video lecture series of the complex numbers. So in the last videos we have seen the exercise 1.1. We have solved each and every question of this exercise in detail. I have given few shortcut tricks and tips with which we can solve the questions very easily. Okay, so if you have not seen that video, please go through that video first and come back to this. So in this particular video, we will be looking at how to find the roots of a given complex number. Yes, roots, yes, you heard it right. There are the roots to the complex numbers also. Till now we have seen the roots are available only for the real numbers. Okay, so for example, if I say what is the root of 16, so how we write this root of 16 is nothing but it's under root of 16 and it is nothing but plus or minus 4. Means what? If you take the square of plus 4, if you take the square of plus 4, you are landing up to the 16, and if you take the square of minus 4, again you will get the answer 16. Means square root of 16 means what? The number whose square is equals to 16 is nothing but the root of that number. Okay, so similarly, so this is all about your the real number roots. Okay, so does we have the roots for complex numbers also? Yes, of course there are. So in the lower classes, okay, let me have this just revision. In the lower classes you have seen that, so suppose we have ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. Okay, and what are the roots of this equation? So x is equals to what we usually write, it is a minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Okay, I hope you remember this is nothing but the root of this equation. Okay, so what happens, tell me, if this part is equals to 0? If that part is equals to 0 means what? You will get root of negative number. This root of negative number is nothing but the complex number. Yes, so the root of the negative number is nothing but the complex number, which is nothing but the root of this number, root of that negative number. I hope you are getting now. Yes, okay, perfect. So let's see how we can find out the root of the given complex number is. Okay, let me directly take one simple example, and with that we will understand how we can easily find out the root of given complex number. Okay, so the first question is, let's suppose I want to find out the root of 6 plus 8i. Okay, so I want to find out the root of 6 plus 8i. Okay, one more thing I want to tell you here is that the root of any positive real number, the root of any positive real number is always equals to the real number only. Okay, and the root of any complex number, root of any complex number is equals to the complex number again. Okay, please remember this, root of complex number is always complex number, root of any positive real number is the real number. Okay, so what do you think? So if I want to find out the root of the 6 plus 8i, okay, how we will show this? It is a root of 6 plus 8i, so definitely this is going to be the complex number only. Okay, इसका आंसर जो भी आएगा वो complex number ही आएगा, and let we will denote that answer complex number is equals to a plus bi. Okay, and by the definition of the square root, what we do, we will do the squaring on both side. Squaring on both side, what you will get? Squaring on both side, what you will get? I will be getting 8 plus 6 plus 8i, it is equals to a plus bi whole square. Okay, now let's open this. So this is equals to a square minus, okay, so by this time you know that bi square. Okay, so bi square is nothing but b square, and I square, which is nothing but minus of b square. Okay, now by this time you should write this directly, minus b square. Okay, so plus 2abi. Okay, so this is equals to 6 plus 8i. Now see here, because of this equal sign we can easily equate the real part with real part and the imaginary part with the imaginary one. Okay, so let me equate that. So what you will get, 6 is equals to a square minus b square, and 8 is equals to what? 2ab. Perfect. So two equations, two variables, we can easily solve these two equations. So you have a number of ways how to solve this value for the a and b. Okay, so from that I will choose one and let me find out the value of a and b here. So while solving the exercise 1.1, I have already given you one formula. That formula says like this. So it's a square plus b square whole square. So a square plus b square whole square, it is equals to a square minus b square whole square plus 2ab whole square. Okay, I hope you remember this. I have already given you the proof of this formula. Okay, so a square plus b square whole square is equals to a square minus b square whole square plus 2ab whole square. So it is nothing but simply the formula that we have already know, that is a plus b whole square is equals to a minus b whole square plus 2ab. That's it, boss. It's very simple, as simple as that. Okay, so now let's substitute the values here. So what is a square minus b square? So a square minus b square we already have here is 6. So 6 square is nothing but 36 plus this is 2ab. So 2ab square, which is means what it is, 8 square, which is nothing but 64, and this is equals to 36 plus 64 is 100. Okay, so what you have, a square plus b square whole square is equals to 100. So what will be the value of a square plus b square, which is nothing but plus or minus 10. Okay, so it is nothing but the square root of real number. Okay, so let's take this equation number 3. Now simply if we take the equation number 1 and 2, see here, equation 1 and 2, 1 and 3, sorry, equation 1 and 3, we can easily get what is the value of a square or b square. Let's solve this equation 1 and 3. Solving 1 and 3, what you will get? Solving means what? So let's b square, a square plus b square is equals to, let me take first 10, and a square minus b square, it is equals to 6. Okay, so let's add these two equations. So you will get b square cancel. So by kitna get 2a square is equals to 16. So means what? A square is what? So I will be getting a square is equals to 8. So a kitna gaya? So a is nothing but plus or minus root of 8, which is nothing but plus or minus 2 root 2. Okay, so it is nothing but 2 root 2. So this is nothing but the value of a I am getting. Okay, now you take minus 10 here and let's try to solve this. Okay, you take minus 10 and you get, so what will happen? Let's check what will happen. So a square plus b square is equals to, let's take minus this, and a square plus a square minus b square is equals to plus 6. So what will happen here? So let's cancel out these two. So 2a square is equals to what you are getting. So this is nothing but the minus of 4. So a square is equals to what? It is minus 2, and of course this is what you are getting is root of minus 2. And tell me whether this a is equals to root of minus 2 is possible. Okay, of course not possible, because in the complex number definition we have already seen that a and b are purely real numbers. A and b are the purely real numbers. So that's why we cannot have a is equals to the imaginary number. Okay, so a is this, a square plus b square is equals to minus 10 is of course it's definitely wrong one. Okay, so what value of a is correct? So it is a plus or minus 2 root 2. Okay, so for this value of a, let's find out the value of b. You know that a square minus b square is equals to 6. Now let's substitute the value of a, which is nothing but plus or minus root 8. So it becomes, uska square means what? It becomes 8 minus b square is equals to 6. So b square ho gaya apna 8 minus 6. So b square becomes 2, implies b becomes root of 2. Again you take plus minus 2 root 2. Okay, so this is what the value of b is. Okay, so in total finally if I want to write, the value of a is nothing but plus or minus 2 root 2, and b is nothing but plus or minus root 2. Okay, that's it. You can take any value of these two. So we have here, if a is equals to plus 2 root 2, b can be have two values. Okay, so b can be positive root 2, or it can be b is equals to negative root 2. The next step, in the next case, if a is equals to minus of 2 root 2, again for that you will be having two values of b. Okay, so if I take a is equals to minus of 2 root 2, b will have again two values, which is a plus root 2 or it's a minus root 2. Okay, now let's substitute and let's check what we will get. See here, tell me the first condition is what? It is a 2 into ab, it should be equals to 8. Okay, 2 into ab is should be equals to 8. Now let's check which value is satisfied here. Okay, means what? The product of a and b should be positive. The product of a and b should be positive. So ab is equals to 4 chahiye, which is positive. Now tell me, in this case, if I multiply a and b, of course I am getting the positive answer. But if I take a and minus this b, that will give me so negative answer. So that is not allowed here, which is not correct one. Okay, so in this case, if I have a into b, this and this will give me the positive number because both are positive. But if I consider this b with this a into b will give me the negative number, which is definitely wrong. I want positive 8. Okay, so I want a positive number. So for the first case, which two values are correct? So this a and this b value is correct. As I want the answer which is a positive, a into b should be positive, then the values of, that is the sign of both the numbers a and b should be same. Either both are plus or both are minus. Okay, again in this case I should use this a and this b, then only I will be getting the positive number. Okay, so in total, I hope you have understood this. So in total, what is your answer is? Okay, so let me write here again, let me complete this. So if I take this a and this b, a into b, I will be having the negative number, and if I consider this a and this b, I will be having the positive number. Of course I want a positive, so this is correct and this is correct, this is wrong and this is wrong. So definitely I will be using these two pairs. So first pair and this is the second pair. Okay, so what is your correct answer then? So a is equals to, so what is your answer is? So a is equals to plus 2, okay, a is equals to, if you take 2 root 2 positive, then your b should be root 2 only, which is positive only. If you take a is equals to minus 2 root 2, your b should be negative again. Okay, so this is what the value of a and b is. So what is your final answer? What is the square root of the given question? So the root of 6 plus 8i is equals to what? It is a plus bi, which is nothing but 2 root 2 plus root 2i, or it is minus 2 root 2 minus root 2i. Okay, so this is here and this part is here. I hope you are getting this. So if I want to combine these two, what I can write here is, it is equals to plus or minus 2 root 2 plus root 2i. Okay, so this is what the root of this number is. Perfect. Okay, that's it. So this is what the answer for your question is. 6 plus 8i is equals to 2 root 2 plus root 2i. Perfect. So let me put this in a small dabba, so that it will be easy for us to know this is my answers. Now let's take another example. So let's take the second example. So find the root of 3 minus 4i. Okay, so I want to find out the square root of 3 minus 4i. Okay, so our first step is what? It is equate it is equals to a plus ib. Now find the value of a plus ib. So what? Squaring on both sides. So what will happen? So 3 minus 4i square, it is equals to a plus ib. Oops, square नहीं आएगा, square root cancel हो जाए, a plus ib square. So it is equals to a square minus b square plus 2ab I. Okay, so imaginary part से imaginary part equate करो, real part से real equate करो. So I will be getting 3 is equals to a square minus b square, equation number 1, and minus 4 is equals to 2ab. Okay, so this is equation number 2. I know the formula, which is a square plus b square whole square, it is equals to a square minus b square whole square plus 2ab whole square. Okay, so if I substitute the values, a square minus b square is nothing but 3 square is 9, plus 2ab is my minus 4. Minus 4 square is nothing but 16, so it will give me the 25. Okay, so if the a square plus b square uska square is 25, so simply I can write a square plus b square is equals to 5 only. Okay, now you can write it is a plus or minus 5, but you cannot get the minus 5, which is imaginary part that we have already seen here. Okay, see here we have already discarded that value here. Okay, so here if you remember, here we got the plus or minus 10, and we showed that this minus 10, getting this minus 10 is of course wrong, so you cannot take the negative value there. Okay, so that's why I'm directly taking the positive value here. Okay, okay, so directly I will take the positive value here. Okay, so let's say this is equation number 3. Equation number 3. Okay, so what happens? Okay, so let's solve the equation number 1 and 3. What's happened? So solving equation 1 and 3, what we will get? It's a square minus b square is equals to 3. A square minus b square is equals to 3, and a square plus b square is equals to 5. Okay, so from that this b square cancel, so 2a square is equals to kitna gaya boss? Again 8. So implies a square is what? So implies a square is equals to 8 by 2, which is nothing but 4. Implies a kitna gaya? It is a plus or minus 2. Okay, so for value of a is equals to plus or minus 2, find the value of b. Okay, so let's substitute in any one of the equation. A square minus b square is equals to 3. So a square is nothing but 4 minus b square, it is equals to 3, implies b square is equals to 4 minus 3, it is equals to 1, implies b is equals to plus or minus 1. Okay, now again for the values of a and b, you will be having 4 pairs. Okay, so if a is equals to positive 2, you will be having b is equals to positive 1, or b will be having negative 1. And if a is equals to minus 2, b is positive 1 or b is negative 1. Okay, so these are the 4 pairs we will be having. But what I want, the product of the values of a and b, the product of value of a and b should be equals to negative. Okay, so when you will get the product of two numbers negative? If the sign of both the numbers is opposite. If the sign of both the numbers are opposite. So here if I consider, if I take a is positive, then b should be negative, and if a is equals to negative, then my b should be positive. Okay, so this is what my feasible pair is. So a is equals to 2 and b is equals to minus 1, and if I take a is equals to minus 2, then my b should be equals to positive. So this is what my answer is. Okay, so let me write the answer in proper format. Okay, so what is my question is the square root of 3 minus 4i, it is equals to, okay, so it is equals to 2 minus I, that is 1i, or it is equals to minus 2 plus I. Okay, so that's it. This is what my answer is. Okay, so 3 minus 4i is equals to either 2 minus I, or it is equals to minus 2 plus I. Perfect. Okay, I hope you have understood this question. So in this way we find out the square root of any given complex number. Okay, so with this we will stop here, and in the next video we will be covering the few more questions based on this topic. Okay, thank you.